but now it's too much. I got a disease, so please let go with the clutch. You got the pedal to the metal and you're reffing me up.
So slow down, I got a 2-car garage, or we can go and make sounds.
Call you Dale cause you weren't hearts. I'll be Tracy Chapman in the fast car.
What is this love? What are we waiting for? Life can be tough, so I need you more and more. You need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I'll be alright. In my dreams, you need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I feel alright. In my dreams.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Up past the 30, second down coming up. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Ravens at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins, take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. You look at this Steeler defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you talk about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Shoving through the defense. Well, he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Looking to put a drive together. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On the ground with a rookie from Auburn. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. 2nd and 6. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll look to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch. Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I haven't been a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Next to score, Ravens 7, Steelers 0.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On first and 10, it's Carter. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Screenplay, Johnson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. He'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Back to throw. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this... And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Luke now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Next to score, Ravens 14, Steelers 0.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. They'll drop the throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf, 55 yards. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Hey, middle.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
First down, here's Mitchell. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
We saw that indeed, picking up the first.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him early, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. That's caught. It's Flowers. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the Ravens are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Jackson will keep it. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal.
Hey, report! Report! No, we changed it.
Now Jackson. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Going to be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Ravens will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because
it got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 85 yards. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. On his loop for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Ravens 21, Steelers 7.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough. Now, loose football. The ball comes out. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
15 yards on the play. And the Steelers first down. A gain of 13 yards.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd down and 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there, making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver, because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Back to throw again. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Looking to put a drive together. They'll try and start this drive in the air. There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
Johnson on the counter. And he stopped immediately there. Here's 3rd down and 4. Again, it's Johnson. And shutting him off, now open field. He's still on his feet. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Carter straight ahead. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. And this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
Pardon, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Up the middle, Johnson. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And his kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. They're all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Steelers 16. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation. As I go into the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to throw here. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin Austin, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them one closer.
Steelers 23.
here comes the kickoff. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. And we'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And we'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
I see through your act and I
Jackson and the rest of the offense staying put. They will go for it on fourth. Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. They'll drop that down to Carter underneath. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. Third and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. They'll set up a throw. They throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. Calling a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, hey. Come on.
Well, they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39. Johnson running right. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Ryan Brzee fought in and got him down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense got the stop. It's out. It's loose.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Hey, Alpha, sit up.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Well, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker and making the play behind the line of scrimmage. An even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in the game.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Jackson going to keep it. He finds his man complete. That's Roth. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the fourth.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this fourth quarter deficit. This 2nd and 4. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's got this down to the 35. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They're going to look to throw. Austin brings in the quick throw. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
Let's go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
He's back to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Charles, what a big drive late in the 4th quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. But I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the 4th quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Here's Jackson. Jackson going to keep it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, look to find another down.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down.
Hey.
Throwing, Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Here's 2nd down. Jackson going to keep it. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
The Ravens field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. There he goes left side. And he scores. No flags anywhere. And they return it to the house to win the game.
A return. Well, we know the crowd is absolutely stunned by what we just saw there. Forget I'm stunned. I have to believe that you are as well. When they finally get their legs back under them, they'll head to the exits, and I think they'll probably be muttering a few choice words along the way, too. How did that happen?
I don't know. They certainly thought overtime was on the horizon, bracing for overtime. We were, too, and we may